Okay, started the stream. And I'm live. Let me just see. Let's check. Okay. And on YouTube. View and watch page. Share. Let's see. Okay, one moment. This is sound. I'm going to pop out chat. One moment, just setting things up here. Okay, and stream of chat extensions. One moment. Chat. Stream health. Where is there? This. Okay, pop it out. Okay, let me just put on music. Not this, no. Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, hi everyone. I'm going to be live streaming today some animation, as always. You know, that's what I do. And yeah, we're gonna get right to it in one moment. Let me just set up my screen here. Some things you're not gonna see. Move this to there. This here. Perfect. Okay, so I'm working on an animation. This is what I have in the meantime. We got our little avocado boy, and he's gonna be putting the avocado pit back inside. Now, I did get myself a bit of references. One moment, let me just lower that music. One second. Okay, and I'm back. So, I got myself a little bit of reference here. This is from Richard Williams' book, The Animator's Survival Kit. And basically, what we have here is a reference for us to use of a character lifting a rock. So, you know, I'm just gonna compare this one moment to what we have here. This is the opacity. Yeah. So we've got the character standing first, not doing anything. Let me just change this to hold. Next one we have him leaning down, getting ready. I am going to have to get that back a bit more set up. We are gonna add a few more keys here to make this look much smoother and much more like what it should look like. Remember, I'm still a student, so using references like these are very, very useful. So I'm going to have to add more of my key points, and then later on add all of the in-betweens. Well, first add the key points, time them, then do all of the rest. So, I am going to change this to be a bit more. I'll add a new one here. Not on this layer. Oops. Down to this layer. Add a new one here. Let me just turn on the light table and turn this off. I don't want that bothering. Anyway, our new layer, I'm just marking the feet, and we're gonna want it one moment to have sort of like this. This will be sort of our line of action. So we'll draw our avocado onto that line of action that we have here. It is a bit confusing, but like that. Sort of like that. And the arms just go. Let me just bend these knees a bit. His arms come out of here. My character's arms. He's grabbing onto the side here, and from this side also. We're not gonna really see that side yet. So we have like, let me turn off the light table. Let me play this moment. Okay, let me just make the distance here also be 6. And so will be this last one much longer. Ooh, that messed up our things here a bit. No, not added there. Add 6 more over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, now this one I'm gonna have to tweak a bit. I want him to be a bit more with an arched back like that. So, let's just erase this a teeny bit. I don't want to redraw the entire thing. His feet were here and here. So I want his legs to be very much bent, like extremely bent. Like that. Have his back more arched like this. So like that. We're just taking the rules that we've learned and applying it to our avocado bowl. You know what? Let me just delete this. Turn on our light table here just to place our feet. Like this. His back will be like that, arced or arched, whatever way you say it. Let me do it like that. This is our line of action, right? Let me see this. Sort of like that, yeah, where he is really up close to the is the avocado pit. Actually, this may actually just look like the next frame. Yeah, I may have just drawn the next frame about better. Sorry, one moment. And his arms are like this. Very much ready to lift the avocado pit. Let me look at this one. Yeah, no, I don't like this one at all. But, well, what's the next one that we have to do? Oh, he's arced over it. So, yeah, we're gonna do that one here. Because my guideline was not very accurate. So now we want him to be sort of like this. Same legs as before. I'm just sketching them. Remember, this is a very rough sketch of what I want the final piece to look like. Arms are still straightforward, supposed to be. I'm just studying this, you know, so I'm allowed to use references. Even later on, you always use references. You take pictures, you look at things. That's what animation is all about, trying to imitate life. Still want him to be art with an arched back, more like this, because he's having a bit of a problem lifting it because it's very heavy. With the arms straight forwards. Let me just redraw this. What should his feet be like? Yeah. Okay, like sort of like this, I'm assuming. We like stood up a bit more now, but we still want our line of action to be something more along this line, like still sort of bent forwards, trying to pick this up. And it'll be like over there. Let me go up to the layer of the avocado pit. Change to my green color. Why does it always change automatically to behind? I don't know. But our avocado pit will be something like this in this picture. Okay, back down to here. To our red. We should just automatically go to color. It's not like the new TV Paint. I don't have the new TV Paint. I have only the old one. Okay. Let's go back to our reference. Now he's gonna arc back, like. Yeah, I sort of have that, but not at the same level that it could be. Like, sort of like that. Instead of just like this. See that line? And see this line? It's a big difference between those two. Anyway, foot here, foot here. Should the legs be? Still bended. Because you sort of need to balance yourself. That's why you bend your legs. Like, try it in real life. If you see something in real life, and that's how you do it in real life, then that's how you're gonna animate it. Pretty much. So we're gonna want our line of action to sort of be like this. And over that line, we'll draw our character. That'll be like sort of his spine. That's what you draw first. The spine of your character. Of course, he's an avocado, so you want him to look more avocado-like. But that will work on a bit later. So it's still going to be around the same area that it was last time, but more like here. He's like holding it into himself like that. Let's go up here. Let's delete this. Go into green, and it works even though it's in the behind sort of layer. And it sort of leans into him now. Like that. So what do we have in the meantime? That's what we have in the meantime. I mean, we're gonna work on the timing obviously afterwards. But our final pose, like key pose that we want it to be, is where I think we want it like from here to be like going into his belly, you know, which will be a bit similar to like the previous one, but oops, not in green. in our red color. I don't know why the behind just didn't work, like the behind setting. It wouldn't work earlier, and it gave me a bit of problems, so, wait. His legs should be a bit straighter now. Like more along the lines of like this. Obviously this is just a sketch, like his legs might go through stylization of some sort afterwards. So currently you have him like this, hugging it, and then I want him to sort of like sort of curl into it. Like this, trying to like push it into him. No, of course that's not good, because you always need to think about how your character is going to balance. So I'm going to want it to be more something along the lines of, instead of this, to be like this. And then let me just hide this layer, and then from there it'll sort of, let me just draw his outline first. Like this. And have his arm sort of like push it in over there. Let me just erase this. Let me first draw it out in a line, and then bend in and arm like that. Like this. And if we turn on this layer, we'll actually draw a pit now over here. So let's play this. It sort of seems like he's putting the pit like way too easily inside right now. Like I should have sort of like thunk him back. So we should probably like add something here. Boom. Boom. Let me just think this out. I think not that, not this layer, and this layer. I'm gonna sort of make him, oops, in red. I'm using the different colors to like show the different characters and stuff. It helps me very much. Sort of like that. And have him like really like thunk back. So he'll be like really like very much like and his arms sort of give way. I'm not saying this in sort of. It's just a bit difficult to think this out, sort of, you know. This is the part where, you know, most animators don't show you the part where they have to figure out, like, how am I going to portray this specific action and things like that. They show it as if it's easy. It's not easy. At least not at first. Maybe it'll get easier because you just remember how to do these things later on. But right now, it's not that easy. And go up here, create a new key point where it's sort of like is like this. Now we make this 1 2 1, not like that, sorry. 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 1 no 1 2 3 4. Now let's watch it. Okay, that's looking much better. Let me... One moment. I'll do this. And select all of this. Let me add a bit more timing to it. Times like just 2 more. And here too. 1, 2. No. It's just a... One moment. This needs to be there, right? Yeah, let me watch this. Okay, that's much better. Now, okay, I'm gonna do a little save there. Now it's up to timing. So, we have this part where it's like that, but I'm gonna start from the end. I want this chunk backwards to be a bit longer. Like make it, let's say make it 14 frames. Let's play this right now. And his preparation here should be, this part should be, let's make it 12 frames. Let's see. A bit longer, because he should be like very much like trying to. Okay, I need to think more about the timing of this. Okay, let's have the basic frame of him just standing here also be like a nice amount of time, like a whole second before he does something. This should be also like a whole second. That's him actually trying to pull it up. Maybe this part should also be a bit longer. This 1, 2, 3, 18, 19. I don't know, I'm just testing around with the timing and stuff. I think this part should be even longer. It should be, that's really the part where he's preparing. The other part is when if I'm trying to lift it at first. There. This, okay, one moment. Let's see. He's standing here and he gets ready to go down. I think this part also should be 12. I don't know, I'm just messing around with the timing and looking at it. There must be some reference out there with timing too, but of course, for every character it's different. Now this part where he has it over here, this part right before he like, you know, like plonks it in, should also be a nice amount of time. I'd say almost a second. Plonk. And the last part just goes by way too quickly. Ooh, calm down. At the end there, he like sits there for a second, like, yeah, I did it. But this should also be more like a second. I don't know. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay. And tries boom, boom, boom. Okay, again. Okay, that's interesting, but let me look online. Maybe there's more references somewhere here. Lifting. I already have something like that open. Because I remember our teacher showed us, with, like, time frames for things. Oh, there's MyBridge, obviously. MyBridge is really good with all these things. It was like the first person to really look into this, like really deep into all these things. Because I want to know, there might be some parts which I'm doing too quickly or something like that. No, that's just weird. Let's see this. Heavy box lifting. Interesting. I'm just looking for all these things. I can't find what the teacher showed us in class, and he usually sends these things right after class, but this time he didn't. You know what? Let's not look at the internet. Let's do something much smarter. Wait one moment, let me just go back to watchmework.com. Let's get out my Animator Survival Kit book. The one which we're using the reference from. And yes, this is really good. Timing, sufficient weight, pressure, and weight. Let's go to page 262. There's so many walks here, and it's like... I want to see if he has a listing of, like, how long things should take in this section. This is not where we have this. That's not where we have this part from the book. Does it have a list? Does it list here like a page or something? Page number 257. Let's go there. Sorry you can't see anything, it's sort of boring, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Okay, I can't find anything useful in my survival kit. That's not good. I don't know, something here seems off. That part, that fast part there. Here. We should also take time here. It's very, very heavy. Boom. Okay, this is much better actually. Boom, boom. This part should be longer. Like 5 frames. Let's look at this now. This will make it a bit more, like, teeny bit shorter. Boom. Okay, the part where it goes in should be a bit faster. Here. Turn it down to like 21. No, this ending here is still a bit slow. Let's see. Boom. Okay, this is much better. I'm liking this already. And 16, let's see. And lift. Boom. Yes. Okay, this is much good. Much better. Let me just so that I... No, merge layers. I want to change... their order. Sorry, you might not be able to see that. I do have the screen a bit cut because it's not exactly the right shape. Still, I wanna this part 30. Okay, again. Boom! Nice. Okay, I like it. I'm saving this. That worked? Yes, okay. I blinked when the little thing showed up. Okay, I think I like this timing right now. I just want to add a bit more to here at the beginning. Make it 48 to here, right? That syncs up perfect. Now we're going to actually clean up these lines a bit more so that we can start working on in-betweens, because we can't really work on in-betweens unless our lines are pretty like well done. Just because, you know, we'll get very confused that way. So let me clean this up a bit so we can start working on those in-between frames. And, you know, make this look a lot more like, a lot, you know, better and more constant. Like, consistent, sorry. Just so that, it looks more realistic. Not green. No. I want this to be red. There's my red color. Like this. On the eraser, well, first of all, the power should be constant in the eraser. Second of all, it should be much bigger than the... Yeah, good. It changes it well. Perfect. This line should be something more along the lines of this. Along the line of this. Get it? I'm gonna want his arms. Let me just mark this for me. Around this area. To come out of. Like this area here. So. His arms are going to be a bit long. On this side, so it'll be sort of like there. Without this bending. Like that. Like this. And yeah, the legs, I guess I'll just like change the way they look a bit to be something more along the lines like thinner, like this. And I want the arms to be thinner too, but might be a bit difficult to do. By the way, I'm not very good at drawing straight lines, just so you know. There's gonna be a lot of erasing and stuff. Yeah, something like that. That's good. Something like that. Although, let me just zoom out. Like, his arms are not that long. That's what bugs me. Like, look at this. His arms are too long. Which is what really bugs me. I think I know how I'm going to fix this. Let me warp this to be something more like that. And now redraw the arms. Well, no, I don't have to really. Well, I do have to. Just this little part here at the end. And now they're shorter compared to these. Like, they're the correct length, you know? Perfect, in my opinion at least. Okay, now this. Zoom in. And I mean, the line is fine. I'll get rid of it soon. I like the form that I have here. I like that the avocado boy is like sort of bending. But question is, should he have himself facing up? Yeah, he'll be facing up before he faces down, like with his head. So. Like this. Now, let me turn on the light table here. No, it's just confusing. Sorry. I'm gonna thin out these legs. Because we want them to be... I shouldn't have deleted all of that. That was not very smart. We want his legs to be pretty thin. Like that, right? Yeah, they sort of lifted here in the air. That's not good. You want to have a great sketch. If your sketch is good and strong and like coherent, like you can't have your legs bouncing up and down here. Actually, I know what I should do. Let me go to my background and let me oh, oops. There. We're gonna have our ground line for where the legs are. This is the front leg. This is gonna be the back leg. Okay? And then at some point it'll go to there. And this one will go to there. But that's later when he has to accommodate to the weight of the pit. So we have those marked down. So now we're gonna have this the placing of the feet very consistent. Let me zoom into there. Of course, they do need to be consistent along where they are, so I'm gonna do that too. Sorry about this. This is just like planning and stuff. This is the front of the leg. This is the back of the foot, sorry. Front of the foot, back of the foot. That's what we have in the meantime. Let me go into here. Yep, that's perfect. That perfectly lines up. Not in this layer, sorry. Back to here. No. Out here, back there. Like that. Mm-hmm. Now this back one here. No. There. There we go. Those feet are perfect. That's exactly where the feet should be. Body will be something along the lines of like this. Let me thin out the arm. Like this. Okay. And the arm should be, well, the hand, sorry. Something like that. Yeah, let's go back to this frame and change that hand. I don't really like the way it looks. It should sort of be like this. There we go. This obviously needs to be like that. And go back to this one. Okay. I forgot I can't do control minus. It's not Photoshop. Anyway. So we have them like Perfect. And next one. This one's a very rough sketch, so yeah, we're gonna have a lot of work here on refining it. We should have this be a bit lower, more like over there, compared to like the previous one. So our feet here are gonna be basically extremely bent. Like the legs are gonna be extremely bent. I always get mixed up between legs and feet. It's like, wow, like how do I get away with that in life? I don't know. Okay, an extreme bend in the legs and the knees. Let me just do a save here. Body will be from over here. Let me turn the light board on. Yeah, it should be lower. Or maybe just like, why? See, sometimes it just decides not to work. I told you. Color. See, oh, it's not even working in color. What is this? Why won't it work? Like, my tablet is showing that I'm pressing on things. But why won't it? Oh. Stupid stencil. It almost always automatically happens, that stencil. Like, just randomly. And it really bugs me. Let me look at our form here again. What should it look like? Perfect curve. Okay. We're gonna exaggerate that a bit. And make him shred out his booty a bit more. No. But we're gonna and make his head like really down here. Like, and when I say exaggerate, I always like over exaggerate. Okay, no, maybe that was not too good of an idea. I'll find something in between here. Oops. Erase. Something like this. Okay. And the shoulder will really be out. And he'll really be looking down at that pit, being like, come on, I need to lift ya. Just to exaggerate like how much he's got to work to lift the avocado pit. Well, in real life, avocado pits are usually light, but this guy's a cartoony avocado, so we can do whatever we want. And this is just our basic sketch for things. So nothing really has to be super duper clean or super duper like, oh look, like it's perfectly drawn character throughout this entire thing. No, because that's just not how animation works. You have rough sketches to figure out the movement and everything, and all of the things are always rough sketches. And to get the clean sketches is somebody else does the work. And this other arm here should be coming from there. So something more like that is a very rough sketch, but Okay. Actually, maybe it shouldn't be like this because he's not pushing against the ground. He's trying to pull this out. So it should be like that. Let me zoom this out. Let me watch this again. Yeah, that looks a really awful sketch. Like, his form is totally... like... Look at that. Look at that. Some things you don't really notice when you're up close. Make him... No. Oh. Oops. No. No, no, no. This needs to be much more arched because he's trying to pull it up. Like this. Let me watch this back. We had a bit of lag here. Something doesn't match up. Again. No, it needs to be a very drastic arch. Like this. Plus he doesn't really look like the avocado boy. Maybe I'll add the arch within his inner, like this sort of like peel to meat ratio. We also call it avocado meat, like the part you eat is the avocado meat. Like this. He needs to be really arched to try and pick up the peel. The pit, not the peel. Ugh. My brain's not really working right now. How's it already quartered? Wow. I've already went for 45 minutes. How? It needs to be towards here. That's where the main arch needs to be, because he's pulling back. Like to there. Wow, this is really messy with all of these little dots here, but don't worry. No worries. Let's play this. Boom. Okay, that's going well. This part, I don't really... Okay, let me just ignore the pit, because the pit is not in the correct spot here. Sorry. I'm just gonna get a bit closer to here. Let me first of all move him. Needs to be over there. That makes... well, sure. Now... his feet. I always start from the feet because that's like the anchor point for everything else. Like the feet are anchored down unless they're jumping and stuff. Then I don't start from the feet. But when the character's is standing, basically, I just start from the feet because that's like the constant. They're stuck to the ground and that's where they are. If the character's walking, then that's something else, but when they're just standing, the feet are the part I start from. Oh, come on, I always do this. I always draw like one frame ahead. Okay. We've got our feet. Now let's zoom out. What's wrong here? The way he's holding it, it's not. It needs to be sort of also still arced. Like still very extremely arced. Since this pose is sort of a continuation of the last pose. Like this. See? No, it needs to be further back. Like that. And like he needs to be moving not up, not mainly up. He's moving here mainly upwards, basically. He needs to be moving more backwards. So legs should be more to this direction. Like that's better. Let me just turn off the pit layer because it's a bit confusing. He's getting a teeny bit smaller here. That's not good. That's another thing that you have to worry about, is keeping your character to be the same size the entire time you're working on him. Okay, that's much better. And the arms are gonna be just slightly slanted. Like that. And now we'll turn on the pit layer and we're gonna redraw him. Not over there, but over here, like that. Like he's really holding it close, trying to make sure it doesn't fall out of his arms. No, not there. Over, like that. Oh, whoa, that got extremely like smaller. Let me just. When in doubt, just transform it into something bigger. Okay. That's good. Move back to here, change back to the color red. And here's where he's holding on to it. Nice. Let me play this back. Nice. Okay, this is looking much better. Okay, let me just wait for it to get to here. Let me save. And work on this. I want the arm to be just a teensy bit thinner. Okay. Oh, as always, I do these things in the middle without realizing that. There we go. Good, it didn't mess up anything else. Next is this one. Okay. Feet. This is the part where he adjusts his feet. But we're gonna do the part before he adjusts his feet, because he adjusts his feet once he reaches this position. So, we're just gonna first draw. We're gonna add that like in the later stage. Currently we're gonna draw with his feet in this position. Later on we're gonna animate him changing the position of his feet. Feet are sort of still like bended forwards like this. Like that. But let me check one moment. Yeah. See, YouTube now just randomly pauses my videos for me. It's just weird. Like the videos that I'm watching. Hi, Leaf Shadow. What's up? Just animating this avocado boy. Sorry if I don't know when you sent that message, but sometimes I get a bit too focused and I don't notice messages. Anyway, I think we're gonna have to change the way, because currently it looks like he's a bit fallen, and that's okay, but you should still sort of have, as you can see here, it's sort of even weight on both sides. This needs to be a bit like, I'm trying to figure this out, how to set him up. It's still in rough sketch stage, but I don't know. It's a bit confusing right now. No, he's too stable in this pose. He needs to be like, let me draw this line of action. Like really that way. Interesting. Let me turn off the pit. The pit always confuses me. His arms. How should his arms be? Let me look at our reference. Straight like that. So like this. Doesn't look like the way that they were showing it. Interesting. With the pit like over there. No, I understand. I understand now what I did wrong. The pit should still be sort of over there, so. This one, I'm gonna have to redraw it. One moment. That's much bigger. No. No, let's move this to there. Now let's go back to our avocado boy and draw him sort of like no. Ugh, this is still a bit difficult. Okay, there we go. Straining, and then he should reach another key that we have not drawn yet, which will be where he really lifts it, like much more. Let me just turn on the light. No, I first of all I know where to place the feet over here. It should be a big ooft with the back sort of arch like that. Let me turn on the light table. No, I don't want to look at it forwards, only backwards. So it should sort of be the same form, except higher up. Like that. Like this. with the pit. Let me go down to the pit layer. Down to the pit. Being like over. Sorry, let me clear the layer first. Over there. Right? That's sort of the same size. Okay, back up to here, change back to the red. Let me go back onto the... Oh, hello. I guess I couldn't hear the beep. Sorry. Hi. I'm just currently streaming also, as always, on watchmework.com. And if you go to watchmework.com, you can find other people streaming at the same time as me, and I get paired up with them. This person that I'm paired up with, Mylene C, is drawing some very pretty art. So, yeah. Very much recommend you, if you're into like art or design, live streams and things like that, to visit watchmework.com. I assure you, you're probably going to find it very interesting. Ooh. Hi, Mia, cartoon girl. How are you doing? I'm just working on my avocado boy here. Very sketchy stage right now. He's just a sketch, but let me look at this right now. Yeah, I think something with the arms is off right now. Oh, thank you. Something with the arms here is off right now. Where were the arms in this one? You could see the end of them, so he shouldn't be hugging it. He should be sort of having, you could see like the end of his hand here. Like that. So he's sort of trying to hold to it, and then this should probably be the one with like 24 frames. And boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that works, actually. Yeah, that works. I'm just gonna... At this point already, the legs are going to move into their second track, which will be, like, I'm assuming around here. And here. I'm going to animate the moving there, like, in a later stage. And let's just refine our sketch to make it match the others. Okay. You're an amazing drawer, just thanks. So it's just like a sketch right now. Later on I'll add all of the like in between and like make it look much better. Let me just look at the its arms. Sorry, not the arms. The legs should be actually. This one should not be moved there. Oops, I drew with the red when I should be erasing the red. So something like this, sort of. I mainly like what I've already done here. I'm just gonna work on the arms to make them a bit better. And he does sort of lose his balance here. Wait. That leg is not bent enough. At all. He does sort of lose his balance here for a moment. What app are you using? I'm using a program called TV Paint. It is expensive. It's not a it's not really for amateurs, sort of like me. I am using like sort of a trial student type version. But if you already have like for Adobe, like a license for Adobe and things like that, you should probably just use Flash if you're into animation. But TV Paint is what we're studying right now in school, so that's what I'm using. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and everything I would always like, I try to test things out first with like sort of a trial version for programs and stuff like that. Because especially when programs are pricey, which is most of the times. But I don't know, I very much like TV Paint. I'm just not sure yet if I'm going to be doing 2D or 3D animation in school, which will change the fact, like, am I going to buy that, like, the program, the full version of it or not. So yeah. Let me just watch this over. Boom. Okay. I think I'm gonna start working on the in-betweens now. It is a very rough sketch, but I'm going to do pretty rough in-betweens too, so... And I want him to be standing and only, like, start bending. Maybe I'll add a little, like, bit of him just, like, looking down. I use Pencil 2D. Pencil 2D, let me look into that. What is Pencil 2D? How to animate in Pencil 2D software. Ooh, nice. Oh, open source animation software. Nice. See, I like it when they make like open source things which are like free and you don't have to really like pay for all these things. Although they're like some things are worth paying for, but let me just see, like, oh, you can create some pretty good things with it. Nice. And it's look very classic and stuff, which is very good. Nice. I might actually use that sometime. It seems like a very nice program. And especially since it's free. Yeah, actually, thank you for telling me that a program like that exists. It seems very cool. I just, I have to use TV Paint because school and stuff, we use that there. So, okay, he's gonna lean into there. And when am I gonna start him? The in-between, like the breakdown of this. How many frames does he need to get to there? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, I guess. Yeah, let's place the breakdown right here. Why is it? Ooh. I heard that. How are you? Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I'm also streaming right now on watchmework.com. It's a website for people who do creative things like drawing, design, animation, video editing, even programming, basically anything that is creative. So if you're into that type of stuff, I recommend you look into watchmework.com and find it. I'm multi-streaming now, also YouTube, Twitch, and watchmework.com simultaneously. So to see like where I got things, because I started streaming basically on Twitch. Yeah, it's cool. And to stream on Watchmework, you have to stream on YouTube too. So that's why I'm streaming to all these places. It's a bit like concerning, and it's a bit like that's a lot of places to stream to at the same time, and like it's a lot of things to watch at the same time and to work on, but it's worth it because you have a very nice community there. They might have job opportunities very soon in the future, like for people who work on the website, and it's just overall a very nice place. So if you're interested in watching like other people stream, and there's like timetables for when people stream and stuff, so I very much enjoy it. And no, I'm not paid by them or to say anything like that. Obviously, I'm not that big, but it's just nice. How old am I? I'm 19. And yeah, I'm currently studying at school for animation. This arm needs to be much longer. I'm only the first year, so I'm not super skilled or anything like that. I'm still a noob, but you're 11. Don't worry. I've also like I only knew that I very much like animation like much later, like more towards like 15, but there are many tutorials online, and there are many ways that you can study yourself without like having to wait to go to art school and things like that. It obviously depends on what works for you. Like for me, art school is the only thing that really helped me like sit down and practice, because if I won't practice, I'm never gonna be as good as I want to be, and beforehand I just wouldn't have the patience to sit down and practice. But you've never been, I'm cool. Well, thanks. I've never been cool in my entire life, ever. I'm also sort of a noob, but it all depends on what is useful for you. Like, if you want a recommendation, my recommendation is there's a book by Richard Williams, a very well-known animator. Don't have to pressure yourself. No, but I do have a lot of homework for many different courses, and the homework that I'm doing basically helps me practice. But there's a book from Richard Williams called Animator Survival Kit, and you can find it online just for free, like the PDF version, and he has many like formulas and like ways like how movement works and how to make things look like really well and stuff, and it's very useful. So, and you can just get it, like find it in free version online, so if you're interested in that, like all these little tips and tricks and stuff. Yeah, I very much like finding other animators and like just sharing all these little things. But no, I'm basically just plus like all of the streaming, I found it just very fun to do it live and like have people to talk to and stuff while doing homework basically. So don't worry, I'm not under any sort of like big pressure or stress or anything like that. It's I'm mainly just having fun. But obviously if you're young, you should always put like regular studies, like school studies first, because if you get those school studies up, you could later on like use them in life to if you ever want to go to animation, like to any sort of art school, they will look at your grades in most of the places. So that's one important thing. But I remember drawing at age 11, and I was like, I was like, ooh, this is so cool. Oh my goodness, I mean, it's not that long ago. Time flies, and it's just crazy insane. Wait, let me see this in between. Okay, in between works, and I just have to in between the in-betweens. So, yeah. This little avocado boy, I need to give him some personality, because currently he's just lifting the pin, putting it back, but I want to know what he thinks of all these things. I want to add some teeny bit of like emotion and thinking into it, which is one of the more difficult parts. Basically, like adding a story to everything, because you know what I mean. You can do an action, or you can do an action with a story to the action, with a reasoning to the action. So, I don't know how to do about that yet, but I'm currently focusing on the action afterwards, so maybe I'll add like a thing at the beginning where he walks in and like his avocado pit falls out and he's all annoyed and he has like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to lift it again. But I don't know yet. Maybe that'll be sort of a story. Reaching out for the avocado pit. Oh, here you can already not see it really. All these layers are you using a drawing tablet or a digital tablet? I'm using a Wacom Intuos tablet, like one of the older ones, so it's not as expensive. It's not a screen tablet, it's just a tablet like that I have when I look at my regular computer screen. But I used to have a Huion, which is even cheaper, and it works just fine. Like, everyone always wants to get like the Cintiq, the Wacom, and all those things, and I'm just like, you don't need it. I mean, I got it as a gift, which is like the best way to get any sort of thing, like art thing, is to get it as a gift, and then you're like, yes, I don't have to pay all this money for it. But it's only if you're lucky and you actually have people who will give it to you as a gift, because it's just but now I'm connected to a computer pretty much, so wired down. And there's so many people at school who have like the iPad Pro, like tablet, that they use that for drawing and stuff, and it's so cool. Like, they use it basically instead of having like a computer and such when they're on the go, and it's so cool. But I'll never buy it, and not because I don't have the money, but because it's cool and everything, but once I have a computer, I don't really need like the Apple iPad. But it's still, you can always wish for it. It's really cool. Why is there something here not oh, yeah, because I'm not looking at the correct lines. This line end up here. I do talk a lot though, which is why I thought I won't have a problem with like live streaming. I get all my talking juices out here instead of talking at school with all the people like being like, shut up already. Every Christmas, and my mom would give me money so I can buy a drawing tablet. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I also got mine from my parents for a gift. I don't remember what it was for. Maybe a holiday, or maybe... No, I wasn't finishing school. Not that. But... like, getting gifts is the best way to get any sort of art supplies. Do you draw also, like, non-digitally, like on paper and stuff? Because that's like how I started. It's very much fun, because you should always like keep those juices like working, and always like try new things. It's just, I have this course called like Techniques and Materials, and every class we learn like a new way to do things, a new thing to do, like painting and this and that, and like you take papers and you put them on each other and you do all these collages, and I'm just like, I've never would have thought about doing these things, and it's just a great creative outlet. Yeah, traditional art will always be in my heart, but animation is took me a long time to find like that's what I want to do with my life, which is why I'm studying it professionally. But because people were like, you could have gone to med school, like you could have done that, you have a smart brain. And yeah, but I don't want to. I sort of want to, but I want to do animation more, so oops. But I also believe that like people can do great art at any age and wherever they are and whatever materials they have, and I'm always for that, and I'm always looking like for having like new and like artists in the fields, and like I don't know what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is never like go for like, never tell yourself that like, oh, I'm too young, or oh, I don't have like this or that, that's why I can't create good stuff. No, it's not that, and it's not that you're just not talented. That has nothing to do with it. Anyone can draw, and anyone can animate, and anyone can do all of these things. You go to what? Who said that? Who said what? I don't know. The stream is out of sync, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're smart. I'm smart. Thanks. I just talk a lot, and I mean, nobody tells me that like, oh, you talk too much. I can just feel it. I just feel like that sometimes maybe I'm talking too much to people and they get a bit annoyed because I never let them speak, which is something very important in conversation. You're supposed to talk to each other and speak to each other. But yeah, if you love talking, then that's, I don't know what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Great. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, talking. Talking is a good skill to have, because if you don't talk, then you're not gonna make friends. Sometimes you don't make friends also, even if you talk. Maybe because I talk too much, but not to say I don't have friends. I have friends, but it's just good to have a talking skill in life, because you're gonna have to present yourself at some point and like show the world, hey, this is me and this is what I do, and getting that talking skill up, like as if it's like The Sims, you have to like make the ranks go up, like, and stuff like that. But getting used to talking in front of people is something that took me such a long time, and I hated it. Yeah. Plus another thing, I just love watching YouTube and things like that, and you know, you always get those streams when you're literally like, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. No, I'm not. It's not gonna happen. It's too much of a competition sort of thing, you know? There are way too many like people out there doing YouTube, and they're just big corporations these days, which you can't really, you know, like do anything about, and they're always gonna be out there to beat you. I mean, I can do live streams, and I think that would be much easier, because then I don't have to spend time working things. What's my dream? Ooh, that's a difficult one to answer, because I don't know, I have way too many dreams. Like, also, like, when I'm talking about like physical actual dreams, I have way too many dreams. But I don't know, I just want to be doing like what I love doing, and which is animation and art and stuff like that, and just make a living out of it and have it as my job, because that's like just the coolest thing ever. You have a lot of dreams too. Yeah, and I mean, I used to have like way too many things as dreams. I still do, and I mean, sometimes I realize that like maybe I need to cut down on a few of them, because then I mean, you can't really do everything in life, and some things clash with the others, and like I don't know. I'm being extremely philosophical today. I do have some philosophy courses too. Well, not exactly philosophy, but like how technology affects our generation and stuff. But I don't know exactly what's my dream. I just want to do what I love without having to worry about, like, let's say other people, or like what they're gonna think, or just having to worry about how am I going to be able to like to pay rent and things like that. I want to be doing what I love and be able to do it without worrying about things. I think that's like my main dream, to not have to worry anymore in life, because I worry a lot about many things. I'm very opinionated and stuff like that. You too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's like, I feel like I'm sort of privileged to like have this opportunity to go to school and study, because many people don't have the opportunity to study. Like, I've realized this so much more along the years, that education is a privilege, and like, I don't know where I was going at with all these things. I just said something, but whatever. Education is a privilege, and what was my point in that sentence? I don't know. This is what happens to me. I forget why I was gonna say something, and then I say it anyway, and I was like, well, what's the point? The point is, education is a privilege, and we need to give education to the kids. I don't know that. Yeah. Give education to the places where you can't really give education. Even life is hard, just continue. Yeah. That's one thing that is difficult to learn in reality. Like, I think it's something that many people have to go through, like having to deal with consequences in life and with difficulties, and just overall being in not so good positions in life is something very difficult to deal with. And that's one thing that everyone should like work towards, trying to be happy with like what you have and realize that it could have been worse. But I can talk about this all day long, but it's one of the most difficult things to do, and I also fail at it very much. I get very anxious about things, so, and anxiety is very like, it's not easy. It's not, I don't know if I have anxiety. It's just I get anxious sometimes. Everyone does. So I'm not saying that from a perspective of somebody with anxiety, but just saying that life sometimes sucks, but it always gets better, and that actually is sort of what happened to my life. And you know, things like that. I don't know what else to say. That's it. I don't want to get too like philosophical and like crazy and like go into a whole rant about how life can be awful, but you have to look forwards. It's just like, I don't know if that's the time to talk about that. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know how to finish these sentences, but whatever. Next in between. let me first of all fix this beginning sketch because I never fixed it. Like, I just drew it and was like, okay, let's fix these other ones and not this one. So, let me just... Oh, plus the best advice that I can give to anyone is to use royalty-free music, even though it sucks. I've made a mistake once. I didn't use royalty-free music. And then, you know, you just can't do it. You can't save it or you're gonna get in trouble and stuff. Whatever, I have no idea what it has to do with anything. It was just on my mind because I was listening to the music. Plus, Eurovision is the best thing in the world. That's it. That's my message to the world. Use royalty-free music and listen to Eurovision music on your free time. Hi, May. Okay, those legs are done. And getting this belly here. This avocado boy is gonna be a chungus. A big fat chungus. But he's going to be lovable. Okay, where's the line of the thingy? Okay. When he's front facing, you can barely see like the peel line here. So I'm gonna do it like that. And that's about it. Arms. Arms. I may have drawn his arms too long at the beginning. His arms may be switching lengths throughout this animation. I don't know, but yeah. What's your favorite food? Ooh, difficult one. Food is just good in general. Coffee. Coffee. I live off of coffee. It's part of my life. It's part of my routine. But I'm trying to drink more tea instead of coffee, since tea is healthier. But coffee is not a food. Coffee is a drink. Okay, I need to actually think of something that is actual food. I don't know if that's too fast. That might be too fast. Food. What is my favorite food? I don't know. Yeah, coffee is just... I don't know, you reach a certain age, or it's just a certain point in your life. Some people never like coffee, and I don't understand them. They're like, ugh. But I believe that most people reach a point in their life when they're like, okay, I'm gonna try this coffee thing, and then they just like it. Like, I don't even like it because of the caffeine. Like, I wish it had half the amount of caffeine in it because it has too much caffeine for me. And I wish it, actually no, I just want to have the decaf coffee and just drink like 10 cups a day. I once drank like, I had like a few weeks in which I drank like 6 cups of coffee every day. Like, not kidding at all. It was like a course for, I used to like be a tour guide and things, so I had a course from that for 2 weeks, and we just had coffee in our classroom, and I drank like 6 cups of coffee every day, and that was very hard to go back to normal amounts of coffee, and I'm oversensitive to coffee, so yeah, be careful of the amounts of coffee you have. But I just want to have decaf and just have 20 million cups of coffee. Can't drink coffee because you're What? You can be allergic to coffee? I'm just having the biggest shock in my life. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's odd. I mean, you can have hot cocoa instead. Like the beans, the coffee beans, yeah. You can have hot cocoa instead, that's also pretty good. Yeah, the coffee beans. It's what they make the coffee juice out of. The hot cocoa is also good. It's like a close second for when it comes to like hot drinks. Hot cocoa is good. Although for me it gives me stomach aches, probably because of the high concentration of milk and chocolate. Because I have a slight allergy to chocolate. So, like, I don't know if it's an allergy, it just bothers my stomach. It makes me nauseous. But hot cocoa is just hot chocolate, and it's just like the best thing. But yeah, I know what it's like to not be able to have something. But I mean, coffee is sort of bitter, so you might not like it anyway. So, well, not sort of bitter, it is bitter. So if you never had coffee, then you're never gonna miss it. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. If you never had something, you're not gonna miss it. You can't have coffee beans. Yeah, but the drink is made out of the beans, so. When I was a kid, I liked drinking coffee only one day. Like once a day, coffee, or one day something happened. Ooh, I'm interested now in the story. I'm invested in this coffee allergy story now. Okay, I think I'm done with this part. Let's see. From afar. If you can notice it from afar, then it's good. Again. One day, only one day I can drink. Like once a day you can have coffee, you're saying. Mm. Like you can only have coffee one time a day or something? That's what I'm understanding from this. Yeah, okay. That's not bad. You shouldn't have more than one cup of coffee a day anyway. Like, it's just not good for you, really. Like, it gives you a boost of energy, but then you get extra tired afterwards and you get nervous. Like, it just makes me, like, sort of nervous and shaky. That's why I want to have it without caffeine, because that won't do that. But having one cup of coffee a day, that's, like, really good, because technically you should only have up to 2 cups of coffee a day. So, it's not that bad. You stopped drinking it this year? That's for the better. Like, I have a problem with, like, dairy products, and I never gave it up. Like, I probably should stop having dairy products, but, yeah, if you're like actually able to stop drinking, like stop having something, then that's like the best you could probably do with that. 3, 4. Okay, no, that was not 4. Whatever. There. Okay. Okay, now I have to turn from that to that, that to that, that to that. How am I gonna do this? Probably like this. I don't know. This is gonna be good. Sort of. I don't know. I've been live streaming for almost 2 hours now. And wow. That's a lot. Like, it's been an hour and like 50 minutes. Unless like the time jumped or something. It didn't feel like that. That's odd. Plus my accent is sounding extremely weird today. Odd and things like that. Like, I don't usually have an accent. I mean, I do have an accent. It's just a me accent. But it should be here, so it'll be No, not there. Like that. What country are you? I am from Israel. Yeah, pretty far away, but I am also American, so, that's why I can speak English and not, like, horrible, broken English, like most of the people here, which drives me nuts. Because, I don't know, like, fine, you can have an accent, but it's just like, they think that they can speak English, but no, you can't. Like, they think that, like, I had a friend, you're from the Philippines. Ooh, that's cool. I think I know somebody from school who is from the Philippines, so that's a cool country. I want to visit so many places in the world. I am going to be going to Greece soon, but, oh, the Philippines is cool. I mean, I obviously want to go next to the, like, I don't know actually exactly on a map, like, where it is. I know it's in Asia, but you're learning English. Yeah, that's good. English is probably the most useful language that you can learn in the world. Because, like, most people can speak it. I mean, with accents, but they can speak it. But, don't worry about the spelling mistakes. I mean, it's good to know how to spell well, but as someone who is also American, like, both Israeli and from American, I never learned how to spell well. Because I never listened in classes, because I was always like, you don't have to go to class, you know English. And I was like, okay. And then I never learned how to spell. But, I mean, I guess talking online in English helps you get your English up. And, like, I mean, that's what I've seen from many people. Like, take the biggest YouTuber, PewDiePie. Like, he's from Sweden. And I remember in his first days on YouTube, he barely, like, spoke any good English. And then it just got much better. I'm bad at spelling in any case. Like, even, like, in all languages, which, well, is technically two. But I'm just bad at spelling because I mess things up, like a sort of dyslexia. Like, I put letters, like, one letter in front of the other when it shouldn't be like that. Hello, Donut Genesis, Avocado. Yeah. Why don't you speak to me face to face? I know you're in the other room right next to me. So yeah. Why don't you come speak to me face to face, Mr. Donut? I'm not gonna say your real name. Yeah, Donut is my brother. And he's right next to me. I also don't spell well even in my language. Like, well, I have two languages, but I don't spell in either of them. It's just something that is bad. I'm just not good at it, and I totally get you. And just P.S. You're not gonna need to spell well, you might need to spell properly in later on in life, but if people understand what you mean, then it's not very bad. Plus, there's spell check, like in Word and things like that, so there's no really big need to spell properly in life. Because if you just send in an oddity, or, like, if you have work, like, to do for school, and you just type the thing in, like, a Word document, and you just go, like, spell check, and then it's, like, all red. And you're like, okay, here's how you spell it, here's how you spell it. And I was like, yay, I don't need to learn how to spell. And my phone also autocorrects me, so. Yeah. I mean, spelling is important. Like, in some situations, I guess. It's important for keeping the language being proper, but people who don't know how to spell just don't know how to spell, and that's that. I don't know why people get so, like, oh, that's a spelling mistake. You need to write this instead of that, and, like, that's wrong, and things like that, and people get all agitated about it. Like, it's just a little mistake. I don't know how to spell well. I mean, I also sort of become, like, a spelling critique sometimes. But that's only in the words that I know how to spell. One moment, is the music too loud? I don't know. I don't know. My friends thought I couldn't speak Japan. That you could speak Japanese. Ah, I want to learn how to speak Japanese. It's like a super cool. Well, I could say it's super cool language, but it's just because I watch anime that I think it's cool. But I mean, it is useful if I were to go to Japan. One moment. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I had a phone call and it was important. But I'm back, and you saw I was working on it while I was gone. Let me just look into this. That's fine, yeah. Anyway, just working on this. Yeah, okay, good. As long as my voice is not too loud or not too quiet. I don't know about the music, but yeah. And this animation will be like a rough sketch, because I mean it's mainly for school, and it doesn't actually have to be like perfect, crisp lines and things like that. So it's normal. Okay, that's good. But okay, that's good. Well, I'm just gonna keep the lines sort of sketchy. I mean, I know how to do really like crisply smooth lines, but it's, you know, I shouldn't spend my time on doing that since nobody else spends their time doing that, unless we have over like more than 1 week to work on an animation, because I have other classes too. Like I have to do lighting and 3D animation. Well, not animation, we're not learning animation. Yeah, we're learning the 3D modeling. But I have to do work on lighting for that. And I have, what else do I have? I have my sort of spongy paint thingy that I have to finish for my techniques course. And why was I gonna go over the avocado bit? I have no idea, but I have homework for other classes. Oh yeah, for sketching I need to sketch out in pastels, different fruits and stuff. But you have no school today? Ooh, that's nice. I mean, is it nice or not nice? 2 months of no school. What, you have like a vacation now? I mean, I know that like different places have different vacation times. For 2 months no school. Is it like the big vacation? Or like do you have it like then in the year in the Philippines? A summer vacation, yeah. Wow, so you start the summer vacation much earlier than other places. I mean, I guess it has to do with the weather too. Or, like, I don't know, different schools do different things. Actually, it's the 5th. It's not way earlier. It's like 2 months earlier or something. I don't know, actually. I don't remember when school summer vacation starts anymore. I think in the 7th month. In July it starts. So basically, once everyone else goes out for summer vacation, you guys start school. That's interesting. I mean, it makes sense because different places in the world work differently. I guess here they sort of more went for the like American and British way. But unless, besides it only being 2 months, but started June 3rd. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. I think also in Japan they have something like that, where it's like different summer break from April 3rd to June 3rd. I think it's also sort of like that in Japan too, or it has to do with like the sakura tree things. I don't know, it depends. I have no idea. But that's cool. You have uniforms for school. Oh. I mean, our uniform was basically just a t-shirt with a school logo on it. Like, literally a t-shirt with a school logo on it. It wasn't anything bigger than that, but no, in college it's just everyone free to wear whatever they want, which is nice. I mean, I didn't like having school uniform. I mean, I sort of did, because then at the same time, I never wear anything uglier than anyone else. Because, like, we'd all have to wear the same thing, but then at the same time, somehow they always look prettier than me. They always wore their uniform better than me, and I have no idea how. Time is 8:57 p.m. Right here, it is 3:57 p.m. Like, sort of 3 in the afternoon, almost 4 in the afternoon. So time isn't that different. I mean, since you're going in, like, left of the globe, like, from here left, and the globe. For you, it's right from the globe. That's why I'm, like, earlier in the day than you. Okay, so I got this part. Now I just need to add, like, a few in-betweens here. This is, like, the part where it's, like, just in-between, like, endless in-betweens. And, it's just, like, the part which is, like, okay, I'm gonna have to draw this in between, and this in between, and this in between, and it's like, oh my gosh, how many in-betweens can I draw? Apparently a lot. And then you'd be like, oh, I accidentally drew way too many in-betweens there, and now it just looks too smooth, and I have to get rid of some of them, and then you get rid of the wrong ones, and then it becomes choppy, and then you're like, why did I do this? Yeah. That's sort of what I feel about in-betweens. Maybe I just don't know how to apply them super well. I mean, they come out smooth, but sometimes they just come out smooth instead of being, like, sharp or other things like that. I just heard a boopity poppity. What program am I using? TV Paint. I'm just talking to the people on watchmework.com. Yeah, sorry. Why do I press the Windows key? I did not mean to do that. I always misclick keys. It's like, the most annoying thing is that I have, like, a few different programs that I use. Like, I use TV Paint, I use Photoshop, and I use Maya for 3D. Those are the 3 programs I'm using in the meantime. I also know how to use Premiere, and next year I'm gonna learn, it's not Adobe After Effects, and probably a few more programs. And every time I have to use a different program, and, like, the buttons are different buttons, and I'm just like, see, there. I have to use different buttons. Sorry, no, that thing there was just me pressing on the buttons of the tablet. But every time I have to use different button combinations, like, oh, here, instead of, like, Control-C, Control-V, you do Control-D for duplicate. Or all these different things, and it's like, oh, I want to press Alt to color pick. No, you can't do that. That's in Photoshop. It's just annoying because each one of these is different. Also, the zooming in and out. Sorry, I have to. Oh, you've got to go, Mia. Okay. It was fine. I very much enjoyed having you around and having someone to talk to. I also have to go very, very soon. Well, not like super soon, but like in like 10 minutes from now, I'll stop streaming. Since I have been streaming for such a long time. I see you tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be online tomorrow. I don't think I will. Next week, though, on the same day, I'll be fine. Oh, because it's nighttime. Oh, well, I won't be here tomorrow, sorry, but maybe sometime else. Thank you for sticking around. It was nice to have someone to talk to. And you're a very nice person, so yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep working on this avocado, man. So in 10 minutes I will finish streaming for the day. It is very sort of not nervous time, busy time. Sorry, English is difficult. So I will finish up streaming very soon. Oops, what did I do there? Oof. What is this? Oh, I see what I did there. This is what I was working on right now, right? Yeah. Okay. No, I need to go to this layer. Okay. Sorry, I was a bit confused there for a moment since my mouse sort of, not my mouse, my tablet like made it sort of move to a place I didn't really want it to move to, and then it messed me up. Okay, let's play this a moment. Okay, I think the beginning is looking sort of good. Boom, boom. I think I will add some sort of like feet moving here, like he's like getting it all like even and like planned out and stuff. I'm guessing that's what I'm gonna do there. So I have this part worked out in the meantime. I think I'm gonna, let me just stretch out a moment. Oh. Yeah, it's working out well. I think I might actually stop streaming right now, since I've reached a nice stopping spot, and I do have to get ready for something right now. So, thank you for everyone who joined me throughout this time. It was very nice having people to talk to, especially you, Mia. I know you're not watching now, but I had a lot of fun. And for everyone out there who may be listening right at this moment, have a good rest of your day.